you all. Today we're going to learn other important aspects in measures of dispersion, that is range. So here in the range, what do you mean by range and the definition of the range and important merits and demerits and uses of range and few more problems we'll see in the range. So what do you mean by range? So it is the simplest method of studying the variation, that is the dispersion what we used. So it is a measure uh, of dispersion which says that uh, it measure depends on the extreme items and not of all the items. Extreme items we can see in the observation too. There's the one least, one the highest. So it depends upon the extreme items and not all the observations of the uh, all the items. In simple definition here we can say that the difference between the highest value and the least value in a given data is called as the range. So what is the range? It is the difference between highest and lowest value, and simply it is denoted as a capital R. We can say that. Now here, what is the demerits and merits of the range? So the merits advantage is that it's easy to understand and simple to calculate, since it is depends on only two extreme items, so it is very easy to understand and it is very easy to calculate. That is one advantage. And here it is very mathematically well defined. That's one advantages over that. Then again, it is demerits is that it is not based on all the observation. That is one lacking here. Only two extreme items it will consider. Other items it is ignores. That is one drawback. And again, it is highly affected the extreme values. So not all the observation. It has no sampling stability. That's it has no sampling stability. So, and again, the frequency distribution may be concentrated in the middle of the series, but it is not depends on extreme items. It is an unsatisfactory measure since it will not consider all the items, so it is unsatisfactory. So it is not applied to the open-ended classes. That's one demerits for there, and it is not usable for mathematical treatment. Here it is a mathematical well defined, but drawbacks is that we cannot use for mathematical treatment. So according to King, he said that range is too indefinite to be used as a practical measure of dispersion. That's one drawbacks here what we can find it in the range. Now of all these demerits, where this range are used in the practical life, let us see that the uses of the range. So it is used in the industries for what? For statistical quality control of the manufacturing products by construction of quality control chart. And second one, and it is used for studying the variation changes. So variation in the stock shares and other prices, variation the prices of the stock shares and other commodities, which is very sensitive to price changes from different period to period. This is where we can use it. We can use it in the stock market, how it is price changed, and is also used for the statistical quality control in the industries. And in a meteorological department, it is used for weather forecast, since all the public interested to know the limit within which the temperature is likely to vary on a particular day, how the variation of the temperature highest and lowest, to know that this ranges has been used. Let us see a few problems with regarding to the solution of the problems, range, and also what is that, the coefficient of the range. Now here, first range, the problems on the range. So find the range and its coefficient for the following data. Here some numbers are given, that is 23, 53, 81, 52, 47, 61, 55. So these observations are found. The highest value in the said observation is 81, and the lowest value L equals, it is the 23. So the range, where you can say that the range is highest minus lowest, that is 81 minus 23 equals 50. This is what the range in which the data has been observed. Now the coefficient which we already defined is the highest minus lowest divided by highest plus lowest. Now here what is the highest value, that is 81 in the subject observation, and the lowest value it is the 23. So highest minus lowest is that is a 58. Highest plus lowest is 104. So divide by 58, divide by it is a 0.557, that is 0.56, we can say it. So this is how the coefficient, so it is an absolute measure, that is 58, and the relative distribution is that 0.50 0.55 0.557 557. Now we'll see one more problem. If the problems comes as a minus, now here if the least value and the highest value in a data are, that is a -8 and the 60, find the range and coefficient of the range. Here two values are given, so in the observation set observation, so other numbers we just ignoring, we not, it is not concentrating on all the observation. So since it is not considering all the observations, only we taking as the least and the highest. So in the set observation, the least is -8 and the highest is equals 60. So range, as you know that R equals highest minus lowest, that is a 60 minus here -8, so equals 68. Minus into minus, it is the, here minus into minus is a plus, so it is a plus 60 plus 8, 68. So this is what the range absolute, the range, the variation, the data, so from lowest to the highest. What is about the coefficient of the range? Here highest minus lowest, that is the relative measure of the range, divided by highest plus lowest, that is the 60 minus -8 divided by 60 plus -8. So here we already got, that is a 68. 60 plus into minus minus, that's a 60 minus 8 is a 52. So 68 divided by 2 equals 1.37. It is a absolute, that is a coefficient of the relative measure of the variation. There is a coefficient of the range. So this is all of the day. So this is very simple to understand. Once again I'll repeat, the difference between the highest value and lowest value, least value is given in a given data is called as a range, and here the merits, it is simple understand, mathematical, well defined. The one drawback is that is not affected to all observe, it is not based on all the observation, it's only affected the extreme values. It is not suitable treatment, it is not applied to open-ended classes, it's not suitable for mathematical treatment. It is a too indefinite for the practical measure of dispersion, and useful, it is used for the industries for statistical control, used for the stock, okay, shares for the price variation, meteorological department for variation in the temperature. So that's all about the range, and it's very simple method of calculating the range, that is the highest minus lowest divided by that is a highest minus lowest, that is a range, and coefficient highest minus lowest divided by highest plus lowest. Thank you for watching.